Welcome, everyone. We're here today to celebrate the life of Tonie, otherwise Marie Antoinette Marazas, but before that she was married to Mr. Griffin. So, at this time, I'm going to welcome up Nathan Monk, grandson-in-law, to celebrate and do the other celebration services. We'll give you a chance. He'll give you a chance to come on up and share a memory if you want at some point. Then I will come back to help dismiss and welcome you downstairs for a time of fellowship and refreshments following the services. So Nathan, you're welcome to step on up.
So I knew her as Grandma when I first met her. And then my wife Katie kept calling her Tonie. And I was like, who's Tonie? And all of a sudden, she's like, her name's Marie Antoinette. I'm like, that is a beautiful name. And I love the nickname Tonie. So we come today to celebrate Grandma Tonie, celebrate her life, celebrate everything, all the experiences that we had with her. Now, over the last few days, some folks have talked about their favorite memories with Grandma Tonie. I want to read them. If I'm stealing your thunder, I apologize, but the best way we can really remember someone is through the best experiences that we've had with them. So one, and I won't say your name out loud, but a few memories is my most memorable moments with Grandma happened in the kitchen and around the sewing machine. We make everything from Barbie clothes to blankets. Special dresses and PJs to match my favorite doll and me. Cookies from scratch, even the icing. She once let me create my own spice cake, although I don't think it tasted that good. Every Saturday we would hang out and create something. We made memories that I can count creating endless forms of art. Favorite piece of advice from Grandma: poor people can't afford cheap things. What she meant was, it's expensive to replace things over and over. I'd also like to call it, maybe do it right the first time. Another memory is when Julie was in high school. She said my mom would take a half day off from work and come pick me up from school. She would take me out to lunch and we'd go window shopping, afterwards downtown. She also taught me to sew at a young age, lining up my patterns, how to tie a straight bow. If it wasn't for her building up my confidence, I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for my mom. A fun special memory from Paige talks about making paper airplanes and flying them in the apartment with Dick and Grandma Tonie. This one I love the most. I'll say it. When I saw this, I love it. The thing that has always stood out to me the most is just her strength when life gets tough. Losing her son / my dad when he was only in his mid-20s, losing 2 more sons later, burying 2 husbands, and then losing a granddaughter too. Dealing with cancer, she didn't let it break her. She kept going. She kept making friends, kept going on new adventures. 95 years is amazing, and she was always sharp as a tack. I think when she hit about 80, I thought she might slow down or her memory might start slipping, but nope. She was Superwoman. She was a very social lady and loved visiting with people. She always had a story to tell. That's what I'll miss the most, just chatting with my grandma. From hearing so many of these stories, and I've heard a few more over the last few days, the best thing I can say about Grandma Tonie is I realized just how great of a life that she lived. She lived life well. She was positive, she was strong, she was independent. I heard a story about after being in a small town in Kansas and after she graduated high school, her and some girlfriends moved to the big city of Topeka and just wanted to go see the world, have adventures. That's unheard of for somebody in the 40s and 50s, especially for a woman. So that independent spirit. But she was deeply connected with family. She loved her family. She stayed strong to family. Tenacious. That's a good word to describe Grandma Tonie. Tenacious, sharp, but also gracious, fun, loving. She lived a full life. And honestly, that's something that I can't say about so many people. I hope one day I could even say it about myself. Did I live a life that full? If you look back at those pictures, it's amazing. The span of time, the memories, the experiences, the adventures. That is powerful. Not anything more as far as did she have this or did she have that. What she had was her experiences, and especially her experiences with her family. Throughout good times and bad, she saw the good. It's one thing Greg was telling me. She saw the good in people, and I would say she even saw the good in situations. I'll never forget personally, I was looking for work. This was many, many years ago, and still trying to find a job. And I wasn't expecting her to say anything encouraging. I was hoping she wasn't going to say, well, hey, you just got to go out there and do it, pull yourself from your bootstraps. But she said, you know what? The right one will come around. So even when I was kind of down, frustrated with life, she found a positive note.
It's going to get better.
It's going to get better. It's going to get better. She saw the good, and she kept moving forward. She carried honesty but kindness. Not many can do that either. That was one thing I learned about Grandma Tonie. She'd tell you what you think. She'd tell you her opinion. But she'd also do it in a very gracious. You knew it was coming from a place of love. You knew it was coming from a place of goodness. A life well lived. That's probably the best phrase that I can think of when I think of Grandma Tonie. One of my biggest hopes is that I get reflective whenever people pass, because I think about my life and I think about others. And probably one of the biggest things is, am I doing that? Can I do that? Can I take something from Grandma Tonie? Can I be that person that keeps moving forward? Can I be that person that's positive in a weird and tough situation? The amount of, I was telling this to Katie as we were driving here, I said, the amount of tragedy that she went through, I don't think many could, it would break so many people. But she just kept going with a positive attitude, kept working hard. And like I said, someone said earlier, it didn't break her. In fact, it just made her stronger. It made her love more. It made her give more. It made her be more to others. And if that's one thing, I was thinking about this morning, if I can take that from Grandma Tonie, can I be that for somebody else? Can I be that positive person for somebody else? Can I go through the tough times, keep moving forward? Can I have fun, learn how to dance, travel, seek adventure? Can I do that? I'd like to think I can. But sometimes I can get within myself. But that was one thing I always loved about Grandma Tonie, was she was herself. She loved fun. That's probably the biggest thing. When I first met Grandma Tonie, she was fun. When she talked about her and Dick dancing, I'm like, you guys dance? Wow. You guys travel? You guys go all over? I mean, even a few years ago, I knew that I couldn't get anything past her. She was so sharp, so strong. And I think that's something that I want to be able to take, and my hope is that all of us can take and say, how can I become a little bit more like that to the people around me and in my life? I want to live a good life and a life well lived like Grandma Tonie. As a true daughter of Kansas, it is only fitting that we would like to play the song Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Please.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh, why can't I? Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh, why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I?
Similar to The Wizard of Oz, if you look at those pictures in the back, it goes from black and white to color. And that just goes to show the span of all the experiences that Grandma Tonie had. And one thing that I love about The Wizard of Oz and Dorothy and Grandma Tonie is that there was still a sense of seeking adventure. And that's what Dorothy did in The Wizard of Oz. She had some crazy times along the way. She made some amazing friends. She helped many people. It's still a gal from Kansas that had an adventure. And that's, like I said, how I like to think of Grandma Tonie. So today we celebrate. It's one thing with funerals, we get to see each other. We get to remember. We get to experience. We get to cry. We get to have those moments of grief. But I also think Grandma Tonie would want us to smile. I think she would want us to have some fun. I don't know if there's dancing that's going to happen later. Probably not. Maybe so. Who knows? But I always knew her to be someone who loved life and wanted to love others and to have others experience that. So in closing, when Grandpa Dick passed away, she asked if I could say the Lord's Prayer. And I think it's only fitting that I would say it at hers as well. So if you would, bow with me. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those that have trespassed against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory, and forever and ever. Amen. Now, I would love to, if you have any stories, any memories that you'd like to share, you're more than welcome to come up here. Or if you want to stand and give them, if you have a loud voice, I want to make this opportunity available for anybody that wants to share a fun memory.
Well, I have more stories than I could ever tell. It would just take forever to say. But I'm such a shining example for me. And I have so appreciated her counsel and her appreciation of life. And, you know, from as simple things, you know, she was part of that greatest generation. A lot of people, when they think or talk about the greatest generation, it's like, it's just about the men. But those men would be much less if it wasn't for all the fabulous women who had such great ideas and opinions and help, and not just bad stuff. No, they saw, like Nathan said, my mom always saw the good stuff, even on my worst day. Any of my goof ups, she would always be there and say, it will be better. It will be better. And one thing just so recently, it might have been the last time we left the Oaks, and we stopped at Tropical Cafe and got a fruit smoothie, went over to Versluis Lake in the park there. There are a couple families, and the kids are all playing on the toys and stuff there, like I did when I was little. You know, when you're not the richest family on the planet, you know, you take a lot of joy from just the little things. And she was so great at making the little things seem like great big things. And I have a lot of joy in that. But the best thing about that trip was that my mom said to me before we got out of the car, she touched my hand and said, you know, that was the best experience I've had in so long. Thank you. I know everybody that has met her and has been touched by her beauty, her grace, her love of other human beings. I've been so fortunate, and thank you guys for supporting me and helping me make through the last few days. I really, really, really appreciate it. Fabulous. And I see a lot of people with some happiness, futures ahead of them. I can't wait to see the things that you're going to see and that you're going to get to do. I love you all so much. Thank you.
You know, there's been a lot of times where people have asked me, I need to come up and share a few words. I never get up and do a public speak because that's the last thing I want to do. But my mom was pretty special. And I was born back in 1962, and Mom and Dad lived in Clare. We bounced around a couple houses, and they weren't the greatest houses in the world, but they made do. On Greg, the oldest, I think if after him Gary was born, but if he would have been a girl, they probably wouldn't have had 6 kids. I'm number 5 sons in a row, and I don't think Dad and Mom had a budget for one more, but they really wanted a girl, so they kept trying. And I know every gimmick that Mom read about, if you're standing on your head or whatever, you're gonna get a girl doing that. So she tried everything. Still, she got me, but she kept going. Finally, number 6 paid off with Julie. But when we lived in Clare, they didn't have a hospital, even in Clare, that I could be born. They had to go to Mount Pleasant so I could get born, because that town was a small town. So, but we didn't have a lot, and she made do. They had to go thin on a lot of things, but she made it work. Had a low budget, and you got to feed the army when you got 5 boys. You know, they eat like an army. So, but she made things, stretched things out, and made it work. And she did that my whole life, where it seemed like she made enough happen so I could get through. Even though I was the 5th son, she really wanted a girl. I never felt like I was a disappointment to her, even though I wish I could have done better. She was always there. I mean, even later in life, and I ran pretty wild. I remember instances like I went to Ted Nugent one time, got drunk before going to the show. The people that I went there with, I don't know what happened to them, but 3-4 o'clock in the morning, I'm at a Denny's, and I'm wondering why the waitress isn't waiting on me, because I just came to, and I had a Ted Nugent t-shirt over my winter jacket, and I'm thinking, how did I get here? But just before that, and this is after my dad died, she says, Glenn, if there's anything you need, you call me. Anything. So I called Mom. I says, Mom, I'm in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and I don't have a way home. So she came all the way out middle of winter, drove all the way to Kalamazoo to Wing Stadium, and came and got me. And but she always rescued me, and she always, if she was able to do it or not, she made it happen, went above and beyond. And like the Lord's Prayer, you gave that. Every night when I was little, she would sit by the side of my bed, and we would recite the Lord's Prayer every night. So, yeah, she was strong. You know, after my dad died when I was in 9th grade, and she had all these boys and Julie to take care of. She stepped up to the plate and handled it. It was not easy, because we were not easy. Us 5 boys were not gentle lambs. We were pretty rugged and rough around the edges. But she stood right up, and she took care of business. I mean, she always came through with us kids. I remember when we were on vacation when I was little, and my Uncle Bill, my dad's brother, he had a lot of brothers and sisters. He had like 21 of them. But Uncle Bill, one of us kids was doing something wrong. I think it might have been me. It's possible. But Uncle Bill disciplined one of Tonie's kids. And she stepped up and says, you don't ever discipline my kids. That's my job. So she was always on top of the kids. She disciplined the kids where needed, and fairly, but stern. And it made me a better person because of it. And I don't know what else to say, but I'm really thankful that Mom kept trying and went for number 5 because I don't regret being born or living. I'm very thankful for what I have. And it's because of my mom that I'm here in front of you guys today. And that's all I have. Sorry that I bent your ear. All right.
Is there anyone else? So this will be my closing. I know every pastor says that, but Glenn mentioning she's a saint. To have that many boys, she's saintly. And it reminds me of something that Jesus told to a disciple. And I think that this is what he would say to Grandma Tonie in heaven. And he says, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over the little, and I will give you much. Enter into your joy and your rest." And that is my prayer for Grandma Tonie. Now, I don't know where Bob went, but that's all we have. But once again, if there's any other stories, anything like that, we'll still be hanging out and talking. And honestly, funerals aren't for them. They're in a better place. It's for us. It's for us to remember. It's for us to get through it, to speak, to grieve. But Bob, go ahead, sir. Thank you.
On behalf of the family, thank you for joining here today in Tonie's memory. After you are dismissed, you're welcome to come up to the casket. You're welcome to, if you have something that you want to place in the casket with her, you're welcome to do so, to pay your last respects. You can exit out to the front side door here. There is a luncheon prepared for you downstairs in the community room here at the funeral home. The stairs are on the left side as you would be going down the hallway. Otherwise, there's an elevator available on the far side of the lobby if you need help with the stairs. I'm going to dismiss from the back to the front, giving the family the last chance and opportunity to spend some time with Mom before we close the casket. And then please wait for them downstairs. You're welcome to start eating ahead of time. You can share some more memories downstairs with them at that time, but please stay for the luncheon, and they will come join you as soon as they have their time here. So please wait until you're dismissed at this time. Thank you.